If you have ever looked at a risograph print and thought, that cannot be a photocopy, you were right. It's not a photocopier. It's not even close. I make risograph prints here in Portland. And this is the explanation that nobody gave me when I first started. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact process of how these prints get made. We're gonna cover what risograph printing is useful for, how the machine physically works, and why Riso prints look the way that they do. I'll also point you towards how to actually start risograph printing. Let's start with the obvious question. What do people really use this for? Risograph printing is when you want something made in a small run, and also something that you want to feel handmade. So we're talking about zines, art prints, posters, comics, poetry collections, greeting cards, or any sort of limited edition prints. So things made in smaller editions from 10 to a few hundred. The reason why artists love risograph printing comes down to a few different things. The ink colors are unlike anything you can get from a digital printer. So think fluorescent and neon colors, aquas and yellows that feel like they're glowing. And because each print runs through the machine separately, each finished print has a slight amount of variation. That makes it feel more like an original and less like a copy. So risograph printing is definitely not the right process if you want 500 identical photorealistic prints. But if you want 50 art prints that feel like they were made by hand, because they were, Riso is pretty hard to beat. Okay, so what is a risograph printer exactly? The machine itself looks like a photocopier. It is not a photocopier. A risograph is a stencil duplicator. So it works much more similarly to screen printing than anything you would find in an office or for a home printing situation. Here's the basic sequence. You send your file to the machine. The machine burns your image onto a thin sheet of rice paper, and then this is called the master sheet. That master sheet is wrapped around a drum that is loaded with ink. When you feed the paper through, that drum rotates, presses against the paper, and ink is forced through the openings in that stencil onto the page. So one pass means one color layer. And that's it, that's the whole thing. The machine burns a stencil, wraps it around an ink drum, and stamps it onto paper, over and over as many times as you want. Now here's the critical part. Risograph can only print one color at a time. So if your print has 3 colors, you're running the paper through the machine 3 separate times, one for each color, and you're swapping the ink drum each time. Also, each layer has to dry a little bit before it gets run through the machine again. This is why multicolored Riso prints take time, and also why they look the way that they do. Because you're printing one layer at a time onto paper that moves through a mechanical feed, things shift. Not a lot, sometimes just a millimeter or 2, but you'll see that shift in the final print, especially where 2 or more colors meet. This slight shift is called misregistration, and it is completely normal and it is not a mistake. The misregistration is what tells you that this print was made by a machine with opinions, and that it wasn't just a digital file getting printed through a CMYK process. A lot of the texture that you see in risograph printing come from the halftone effects that a lot of people use when they are trying to create tonal variation in their grays. And so even though you might see a smooth gradient from a darker to a lighter color, you can see that the risograph prints are actually made out of small, tiny dots. Let's talk about the ink. Riso ink is translucent, which means that when 2 colors overlap, they create a 3rd color. So blue over yellow means green, fluorescent pink over aqua can mean purple. You're not just printing with 2 colors. You're potentially printing 3 or more just from that overlap. I go more deeply into Riso inks in this video here, so check that out. Working with and understanding risograph ink makes it so interesting. Because you're not just choosing ink colors, you're choosing what those colors will make when they meet. So if at this point of the video you're like, yeah, I want to start risograph printing now, but how do I start? There are a few options for you. The first one is to find a risograph printing studio near you. I print at Outlet PDX, which is a dedicated risograph printing studio. I have a video here all about what you can expect at a Riso print studio. Printing at a studio is generally a pretty low effort way to get started, although you will probably have to take a beginner course. Another and bolder option for you is to get your own Risograph printer and essentially create your own studio, whether it's just for you or for other people. This is a much bigger commitment, but if you are interested in getting your own machine, eBay is a really great place to start because new machines can be really expensive. I have an eBay store where you can find good deals on used and refurbished Risograph printers, ink drums, and Riso printing supplies. And I have that in the description below. And a third option at Outlet, they call it remote printing, and they work with you to create your prints and can ship your work out when they're done. This is for people who love the look of Riso, but don't want to commit to learning the process at all. And that is a completely valid position because there is a bit of a learning curve to understanding this medium. With this option, you send your files to a Risograph printing studio and they print the work for you. So if you want to make a Risograph print, here's what the process means practically. Your files will need to be separated by color. One file per ink color, and each one has to be in black and white. The Risograph printer does not understand full color RGB or CMYK the way a home printer does. And with Risograph printing, it's important to remember that you are designing for a process, not a printer. The layers shift, inks overlap, and these are things you should not fight. They are things that you should design around and with. And the best Risograph prints look the way that they do because the artist understands the machine and the process. Riso rewards you for understanding how it works, which is exactly why I made this video. If you want to prepare your files for Risograph printing, I put together a free Risograph file prep checklist in the description box below. And it covers everything you're going to need to know and to think about before your first Risograph printing session. And if you want to see the full printing process in action, if you want to learn about Riso inks, if you want to learn about file prep, I have a whole playlist here which helps beginners understand this process and how to make the best prints that you could possibly make. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!